Saying, everybody. All right, jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Brandon Katz, every single number one receiver torches Detroit. Glenn plays too much man coverage every year. And it's funny, like, because I told you guys that the further we've gotten away from that, the more I look at it, and every single day I become more pleased with the way their defense played. I know that's not the narrative that's going around from, shows on the flagship station, the cat spots of the world and stuff like that. I don't know, man. Like, for me,
I'm good.
If it takes Cooper Kupp 14 catches to get to 110 yards,
yes,
and Matt Stafford 50 throws to get to 300, we will win that game 100 times out of 100.
Yeah, see, what I saw out of it wasn't the same. What Cooper Kupp did week 1 versus what we saw Mike Evans, CeeDee Lamb, and Puka Nacua do against this defense last year are completely different. Last year, it was down the field, deep shots, wide open, stuff like that. Cooper Kupp, it was 3-yard catches, 4-yard, 5-yard catches.
That's all that was allowed.
That's all that was open. And like I said, he ran 400-plus yards of pre-snap motion. They were fighting to get him open the entire game.
And we made tackles. That's what looked different. The eyeball test, and we're going to get better in that aspect. So we did enough to win. Yes, there were some things to improve on, but it looked different, Neil. Didn't it? It looked different, and that's a defense you can win with. You can win a championship with. They're only going to get better. It'll be interesting to see, not only how healthy DJ Reader is this week, but, the impact he's going to have.
Jake says, number one wide receivers torch every team. That's why they are number one wide receivers. And that's true also. That is certainly true also. And, again, every game is in a vacuum, man, and every game has its flow. The further I get from it, the more I like it. That's the moral of the story. But we are on to Tampa Bay. Spenny asked a question. This is interesting. Does Jack Campbell losing snaps to Rodrigo and Barnes concern you? And I did notice it, and that's bad on me. And I meant to bring this up during the watch party when I was on. We saw a lot more Rodrigo than I thought that we were even prepared for.
Yep. Shout out my boy. You can't keep him off the field.
You can't, but hey, when you're down with Woodward Sports, man, you're a legend forever.
That's for sure.
And
shout out Malcolm. He made some good tackles.
Absolutely.
100% he did. Like, guys like, I think it speaks more to this, D-Mac. Guys like Malcolm Rodriguez are the guys you win with in the NFL.
Amen.
If you're a good team, you have a few Malcolm Rodriguez.
Guys
you
like
have a couple on offense, couple on defense.
I'll go deeper than that. Guys like Malcolm Rodriguez are what you win championships with in any sport.
Yes. Sam Flannel hates him.
Absolutely.
Precisely.
Because he's a grind liner. Mm-hmm. That's why.
And the Lions do have a couple on both sides. They have Malcolm Rodriguez. They got Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
100%.
And on offense, they've got a Khalif Raymond. They got a guy in Sion Vaki who I could see becoming a piece like that further throughout the season. He got a couple snaps. He got one at fullback. I could see him getting a couple handoffs. Khalif Raymond obviously had that big end around to start overtime. Like, they've got guys that are reliable, that are damn good football players, that don't need the spotlight, that get their snaps here and there and make plays when they're given the opportunity, like Malcolm, like Germ, and like Khalif Raymond on the offense.
And we get into this in Cat Spot.
Sam also, Flannel, said Rodrigo aren't worth the roster. Well, Sam also said that Jameson Williams is a bust. So
that is true.
Take it for what it is. I mean,
notice the trend.
The
with
more
that guy.
do you not know that guys like Flannel and Katz or whatever, you want to be opposite of what their opinion is to know that you're right?
Yeah.
More times than not, that's my thinking. It's to use them as a gauge.
Broder makes a good point in the Woodward Sports chat. He said, "Could Skipper be put in that character for sure?" He's
Absolutely.
in that
I said you get one or two on each side of the ball.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Cat Spot. Neil with a pathetic take. Rodrigo was a 6th-round pick. This is a pathetic take. All right, Cat Spot. See, here's the deal with people like
you're a 6th-round pick 3 years ago.
I know. See, and here's the thing too that people forget. Like, Cat Spot ties that to him for the rest of his career. You know when that's over, Cat Spot? The second after they say your name in the draft. The second after they say your name in the draft, that's over. Like, it's 100% over.
Now you're a Detroit Lion.
You're an NFL player.
Yeah.
After your name gets called, you're an NFL player, then it's up to you, and it's up to your talent from there on out. And Rodrigo has proven throughout this. And he's had the ups and the downs. He came out on the scene, and look, the Lions roster necessitated at the year he was drafted that he had to be a starting linebacker as a 6th-round pick. The roster necessitated it. That's where they were as a franchise. As they accumulated talent.
He put up 87 tackles. It was a sixth-round pick.
And now as they acquired talent, that things kind of worked out to the way that they were supposed to be. As they got more pieces put in here, his role diminished, and then how does he bounce back from that?
Now he's a special teams demon, and he
plays fullback, and that's his angle.
Yes, and
that's his angle right now. You got to have guys like that, dude.
Need them.
You absolutely have to have guys like that.
Look at the New England Patriots, one of the biggest dynasties of our entire lives. Yes, you talk obviously Brady and Gronk and all. You know who was also a part of every single one of those teams and was one of the most touted players on their roster? Matthew Slater.
Right.
Matthew Slater, Pro Bowler, All-Pro every single year.
Those guys get that lore because the team wins. D-Mac, you familiar with that at all?
Yeah.
No idea what you're talking about.
If you go play for the Phoenix Coyotes in your career, does it end the same?
No. But different role.
Absolutely.
Play more minutes, play more of a scoring role, probably have better stats, but not championship.
And that's it. And that's all. I've known you 10 years, man. It doesn't matter if you're playing in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, if we're playing in a golf outing at Chandler Park.
I want to win.
You are obsessed with it.
Dial it in.
Obsessed with it.
Why would I be, no matter what it is, it's just the way I'm wired.
Yeah. And like that's it. Like me, like I'm a momentum guy. Once we get the vibes going and stuff like that, then we feed off each other and we're good. But you want to win, it doesn't matter what it is. That's the way that you are.
And certain things you have a ability to will. Right? There's a will to put you in the energy in the vortex that like there's no question. Right, like it's gonna get done, and when you have those guys, and then you surround that with talent and the work ethic and stuff like this, that's how you build that culture. So that's part of their culture, having those dogs, having those guys that do all the little work. Spenny, you mentioned one that gets recognition, Reeves-Maben.
Yep. Right,
how valuable it is. Well, the Lions told you how valuable he is by making sure that they re-sign him as one of the highest paid special teams guys. Right, he's a leader in that locker room.
Captain again this year.
Abs 100%. Right, like so. Those are the glue guys, as they say.
And when he's thrown into the defense, he makes plays. I forget what game it was.
If he couldn't make the plays and they didn't have the confidence, he wouldn't be out there.
Exactly. And that's just proof. It's the difference between this and regimes past. You got guys like that you drafted, that you signed.
No,
you brought
100%.
back the Quinn Tricia regime. Didn't see the importance of Cameron Reeves or Jalen Reeves-Maben, excuse me, and let him walk. Holmes and Campbell, they bring him back because they could see what type of player he is.
That is wild. Catspot said you can't judge success in a vacuum. That there has to be a bar, and he said the bar is where he was picked. No, that's just not the way it works.
That's the most ludicrous thing.
And you know what, Catspot? You know what? Then let's do it. Show me the 6th-round picks in the NFL right now. Show them to me. Show them to me. Show me their contributions.
Show me all the 6th-round picks.
Every 6th-round pick. Tell me where they are right now. All of them.
Yep. Pavel Datsyuk was taken the 171st overall, so his bar's real low. Henrik Zetterberg was taken in the 10th round or something.
But here's the thing now, Spenny, the difference between 2024, I don't care where you play on this planet, you can't hide.
Yes.
Somebody's gonna see you.
Yes.
Video, right? Back in the day, that's when the scouting staff outworked, and you've heard of the name Håkan Andersson, the Swedish scout, but you can get the Lidstroms later, or the Datsyuks, or the Zetterbergs, the Holmstroms, all these guys, because nobody's seen them play.
Berm brings up a good point.
I usually
show me the 6th-round picks that are linebackers that have interceptions in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah. Michael says Deion Branch and played wide out defensive back and special teams. It's